7-year-old Lily's daily ritual in Austin's Travis Heights was a quiet act of profound grief, a secret whispered to the rumbling trucks that rumbled past her modest home. Every afternoon, she'd stand on the cracked sidewalk, a tiny figure, against the backdrop of weathered houses, her small hand waving at each passing 18-wheeler. It wasn't just a wave. It was a message in a bottle, tossed into the relentless current of city life, a desperate hope clinging to the exhaust fumes. Neighbors saw her, some acknowledging her with a nod, others oblivious, but Lily persisted. Her unwavering dedication was a silent testament to a love lost, a father's absence filled by an almost childish faith. 2 years prior, her father Robert, a long-haul trucker, had been killed on Highway 183. He'd been her whole world, his stories of faraway places weaving a vibrant tapestry of adventure in her young mind. Now, the trucks were all that remained, ghostly reminders of a life tragically cut short. Each wave was a hug sent across the miles, a whispered, "I love you," to a father forever on the road. Her mother, Mrs. Davis, watched from the window, a silent guardian of this poignant ritual. She understood the unspoken language of Lily's gestures, the ache of loss that only a child could express so innocently. Life after Robert's death had been a relentless uphill climb for Mrs. Davis, but her unwavering love for Lily was her strength, her guiding light. One day, a trucker named Mark, a regular on that quiet street, finally broke through the silence. He'd seen the little girl countless times, her small figure a poignant punctuation mark in his day, but this time something was different. A spark in her eyes, a fierce determination in her small frame, touched something deep within him. He parked his rig, walked toward Mrs. Davis, and asked the question that hung heavy in the air. "Mrs. Davis, is everything all right? I see your daughter waving at the trucks every day. I wonder why?" The question was a catalyst, a crack in the dam of unspoken grief, ready to spill over into a shared understanding, a shared sorrow, a silent testament to a little girl's enduring love. Lily's mom, her eyes a little damp, explained that since Lily's dad, her husband, died in a trucking accident on I-95 2 years ago, Lily waves to every truck that passes. It's her way of feeling close to him, a way of believing he can somehow see her and send her love. John listened, his heart aching. He knew the raw grief of losing a parent, and he saw the profound connection between Lily and those big rigs. He had an idea, a way to ease her pain, to make her smile, to fill the hole left behind. "Losing someone you love is devastating," he began, his voice thick with emotion. "But I want to do something special for Lily, something to show her she's not forgotten, that her dad's memory lives on, and that there are people who care deeply for her and remember him fondly." Mrs. Davis looked at him, a questioning look in her eyes. "What did you have in mind?" she asked quietly. John smiled, a warmth spreading across his face. "I'd like to organize a surprise. A little something to let Lily know that even though her dad is gone, his spirit lives on, and he's always with her in spirit." Mark was blown away by the quiet dignity of Mrs. Rodriguez, her gratitude speaking volumes even when words failed her. He saw a chance to mend a broken heart, to bridge the gap of years and loss, and he seized it. He knew the local trucker community, a brotherhood forged in long hours and shared hardship, was just the group to help. They had a collective memory, a shared history, and many knew Sergio, Anna's father. He painted a picture, a little girl's unwavering daily wave, her silent yearning for a father she barely remembered. It was a simple story, yet powerful enough to unlock a wellspring of empathy. The truckers, their hearts touched by Anna's poignant ritual, were immediately on board. Ricardo, a close friend of Sergio's, put it perfectly. "This kid needs to know she's loved, that her dad's memory isn't just dust." They didn't just want to help, they wanted to make it epic. The plan hatched. A surprise birthday bash of truly epic proportions, a rolling parade of affection and remembrance. They decked out their rigs, transforming them into vibrant, moving billboards of love. They gathered gifts, anticipating Ana's delight. Mrs. Rodriguez, initially overwhelmed, was ultimately moved by the sheer generosity of spirit. The pain of loss would always linger, but the prospect of bringing her daughter a moment of genuine joy, a flicker of healing, filled her with a bittersweet hope. Ana, oblivious to the magic unfolding, continued her daily routine, her small wave, a beacon in the quiet morning. Then came Saturday, a sun-drenched day perfect for a miracle. As she stood, waving at the familiar rumble of an approaching truck, her world exploded in a kaleidoscope of color and sound. It wasn't one truck, it was a whole convoy, a dazzling fleet of brightly decorated 18-wheelers, bringing the thunderous roar of 1,000 heartfelt greetings. Banners proclaimed, "Happy birthday, Ana," and "Your dad is always with you." The drivers piled out, their faces etched with warmth and compassion, surrounding Ana in a wave of love as powerful as any storm. Mark approached her gently, a mischievous glint in his eye, as he watched a small girl, once lost in longing, finally bathed in the glow of a community's heartfelt embrace. A wave of beaming faces surrounded Ana. "Surprise!" they shouted, the words tumbling over each other in a joyful rush. It was her birthday, and these weren't just any faces. They were the faces of her dad's closest friends, a brotherhood of the road, men who'd shared countless miles and even more laughs with Sergio. They were there to remind her that his love, like the endless highway, stretched on forever. The stunned silence that initially gripped Ana shattered as she flew into Mark's arms. A wordless embrace that spoke volumes of grief eased and love rediscovered. A vibrant balloon, a symbol of joy taking flight, landed gently in her hands. Tears welled, but a radiant smile broke through. "Daddy sent you," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. The outpouring of affection was overwhelming. Gifts poured in. Toys, candy, a t-shirt bearing her dad's name, each a tangible piece of shared memory, each a testament to the enduring bond Sergio had forged. It wasn't just a birthday party. It was a celebration of a life lived fully, a life that continued to resonate in the hearts of those who knew him. Mrs. Davis, watching from the sidelines, a silent observer to this heartwarming spectacle, felt a profound sense of relief wash over her. The pain of loss remained, a constant companion, but the vibrant joy on her daughter's face, surrounded by her father's legacy, offered a balm to her aching heart. Mark, the architect of this beautiful chaos, watched with quiet satisfaction. He hadn't erased the pain, but he'd given Ana something invaluable, a tangible reminder that her father's love wasn't a fading memory, but a living, breathing presence woven into the fabric of their shared experiences. The truckers weren't just giving gifts, they were sharing pieces of Sergio's heart, each story a brushstroke on the portrait of a man deeply loved and profoundly missed. Each hug, each laugh, felt like a quiet affirmation, "You're not alone, his love lives on." As Mrs. Davis approached Mark, her silent gratitude spoke louder than any words, a silent "thank you" that echoed the sentiment of a community bound together by loss and healed by love. This wasn't just a party, it was a testament to the enduring power of human connection, a poignant reminder that even in the face of profound grief, love finds a way to bloom. The day unfolded like a balm, soothing the raw edges of Mrs. Davis' grief. Lily, her daughter, was a sunbeam, a vibrant counterpoint to the recent storm. "I never thought I'd see that sparkle in her eyes again," Mrs. Davis whispered, her voice catching. The outpouring of love was overwhelming, a testament to the man Sergio had been. Mark, a friend, put it simply, We all needed this, Mrs. Davis. Sergio was one of a kind, and this is how we keep his memory alive. Lily's our daughter too today, and we'll make sure she feels that." Lily, clutching a bright balloon, overheard. Her eyes shone with an inner light. "Daddy sent you." "All," she declared, her voice brimming with certainty. "He's here, I know it." The party swelled. A brotherhood of truckers, some who knew Sergio intimately, others who'd only heard the legend, all united by shared respect and affection. The afternoon buzzed with laughter, stories, and the comforting weight of collective. Grief transformed into shared joy. Truck horns blared a joyful fanfare down the street, each one a salute, each one a wave from Lily, a smile that mirrored the warmth in her heart. Even the curious neighbors, initially drawn by the unusual commotion, found themselves swept up in the infectious spirit of community and love. They saw Lily's joy, the powerful bond forged in shared sorrow, the resilience of the human spirit. In the face of loss, it wasn't just a party, it was a testament to a life well lived, a love that transcended death, a community bound by shared affection for a little girl, and the memory of a man who left an indelible mark. As the last truck rumbled away, Lily stood, her gaze lingering on its fading taillights. This time her wave wasn't tinged with sadness, but with a quiet understanding, a profound sense of belonging. She knew, with a certainty that settled deep in her soul, that her father's spirit rode with those trucks, nestled in the hearts of those men, forever a part of her world. "Daddy saw it all," she murmured, her voice soft but steady. "He sent them all. I'll always remember you." Mrs. Davis knelt, her eyes glistening, a smile softening her grief-worn face. "He is here, sweetheart," she whispered, "and he always will be." Denver woke up bright and bustling, but for Sarah it was a different kind of morning. The celebratory banners and balloons were gone, but a quiet joy lingered, a warm afterglow from the outpouring of support the day before. Seeing all those truckers pause, share a moment, connect with her grief, it had forged a bond with her dad she hadn't realized was so profoundly missing. It felt like he was right there with her somehow. Over breakfast, she peppered her mom with excited details, her eyes shining like Christmas lights. For Mary, it was like spring had sprung after a brutal winter. She knew the sadness was still there, a shadow clinging to Sarah's heart. But this was different. This was sunshine. "Mom, I know Dad's still with me," Sarah declared, a peaceful smile gracing her lips. "He sent all those friends. He saw me smile. He was happy I was happy." Mary, her eyes welling, gently cupped Sarah's face. "He is, sweetheart. He's in the hearts of everyone who loved him. You'll never be alone. He left us with a whole convoy of friends, and they're all here for you." Later, Michael called. He'd been captivated by Sarah's radiant joy, haunted by her contagious happiness. Mary described Sarah's newfound peace, the energy blooming within her. "The party was a tiny thing," Mary choked out. "But seeing that smile, that light, it's beyond words. Thank you, Michael, and all the drivers. You've done more than you know. It's given me strength more than I ever thought possible." Michael's voice was soft, reassuring. "Don't thank me, Mary. Your husband was a brother to us. What we did was just a small way to let Sarah know. Her dad's love is still shining bright. We'll always be there for her." Those words echoed in Mary's heart, a comforting balm. As long as Stephen's memory lived on, as long as his friends offered their love and support, Sarah wouldn't walk this path alone. The pain remained, a constant companion, but the affection they'd received was a powerful antidote. Time marched on. Life in Denver continued its rhythm. Sarah still waved to the trucks, but her waves now carried a different weight. They weren't just longings. They were expressions of gratitude, a quiet acknowledgement of her father's enduring presence. The drivers weren't strangers anymore. They were part of her family, bound by a shared love for Stephen. She immersed herself in Denver's trucking community, befriending them, hearing their stories, discovering the man her father was, his struggles, his triumphs, his unwavering loyalty. She found herself woven into a larger tapestry of support, a network of caring people who rallied when needed. With each passing day, Sarah blossomed, finding healing, solace, and a deep, unshakable sense of belonging. A profound sense of peace, a feeling she'd never known before, washed over Sarah, replacing the grief that had clung to her like a shadow. The sight of the trucks, once a painful reminder of her loss, now filled her with a warm sense of belonging. Her father wasn't just a memory. He lived on in the hearts of his friends, who had embraced her as one of their own. One day, she found John by his rig, ready to roll, and with a hesitant smile, she simply said, "Thanks again, John. You all helped me realize my dad isn't really gone. He's still here in all of you." John, his eyes brimming, nodded. "Don't mention it, sweetheart," he said softly. "Your dad was one of a kind, and you'll always be family. He'd be so proud, and we've got your back always." Sarah grinned, clutching the bright balloon from the surprise party, a vibrant splash of color against the dusty landscape of her grief. It felt as if her father was beaming down at her, proud as punch. Waving goodbye, she watched the trucks rumble past, but the loneliness that had haunted her was finally gone. The road ahead would be long and bumpy, sure, but with these friends and her father's spirit beside her, she knew she could handle anything. "See you down the road."